DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Ridley make up one of the NFL's best wide receiver duos, and they're going to be causing NFL defenses nightmares this year in Brian Callahan's offense. Hey Titans fans, how's it going? Titan Uprising here. Thank you for tuning in. I apologize for not making a video in about a week or so. Life's been busy, and I've been really wanting to break down wide receivers again, like this video with Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins. So guys, let's dive right into it. We'll start off with DeAndre Hopkins. Now, last year, he had 75 catches for 1,057 yards and 7 touchdowns, while averaging 14.1 yards per catch. Hopkins played in every single game last year, and he showed that he can still dominate a football game when he went off against the Falcons last year for 4 catches for 128 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not to mention, for half the season, he was playing with Ryan Tannehill and an offense that was just never going to be modern. Run the ball 30 times a game and throw 20 and hope that you win. Yeah, glad that offense is out of here. Hopkins produced when a lot was stacked against him. Bad team, bad QB for half the year, and a bad offensive scheme. Look for Hopkins to be even better this year, especially with Levis throwing the ball from the get-go this year and actually practicing with him. Now, guys, remember that Levis only practiced with the ones last year a few times, if that, during the offseason. Now, this offseason, he's doing it every day. He's QB1. He's not going to just go in and not have any chemistry with these guys. Expect big, big things from Hopkins this year. He's going to be even better, which is scary. Calvin Ridley now had 78 catches for 1,016 yards and 8 touchdowns last season, while averaging 13.4 yards per catch. Now, Ridley did this with very inconsistent quarterback play, a Jags team that was falling apart towards the end of the season, and this was his first year back from suspension. Ridley was used very incorrectly last year. He had a 2-target game, a 3-target game, and a 4-target game last year. You total that up across 3 games, and that's a total of 9 targets. 9 total targets across 3 games. Not consecutively, but a 3-game period, he had 9 total targets. That's insane for a number 1 wide receiver. You cannot use a number 1 wide receiver like that. They get mad about it, and I would be too. His supposed star-studded quarterback had 7 games out of 17 where he had a 100 rating or higher. Just 7. And he just got paid like one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, which I will break down later. Not this video, but I want to get into that one. That's less than half. He had 4 games with a rating of less than 70. Guess what? The Jags lost all 4 of those games. And no coincidence that Ridley wasn't very good in those games either, because he had inconsistent quarterback play. This is a fresh start for Ridley, and towards the end of the season, he really got better. Remember, he played Tennessee twice towards the back half of the season, and in those 2 games against the Titans, he amassed 209 yards on 13 catches and 3 touchdowns. I'm very happy he's a Tennessee Titan instead of a Jacksonville Jaguar. You take both of these guys last year, and they both combined totaled for 153 catches for 2,073 yards and 15 touchdowns. You put them in Brian Callahan's offense, and this will keep opposing defenses up all night long. As you can tell from my explanations before, both of these guys produced on failing teams that had failing coaching. Remember that Ridley chose to come to Tennessee, and Callie played a big part in that. Wide receivers want to go to teams that will throw them the football. Add in that DeAndre Hopkins mentioned during the offseason that he talked with guys like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and those guys told him that he would absolutely love Callie's offense. I mean, that just shows what this offense will look like this year and how the top two wideouts will get the ball, and this will be a passing offense. Finally. Who are you going to double team? You can't double team both of these guys. Not to mention, these guys are going up against some of the best man cover corners in the National Football League in practice every single day with Snead, Cheeto, and McCreary. And that old saying there, that iron sharpens iron. I really believe that. They will get good practices in against good players and will only get better. The sky is the limit for this offense. DeAndre Hopkins has said that himself. And these two #1 wide receivers who are on the same team are just going to be scary. And I can't wait to watch this. And for everyone saying that these guys are too old, they showed zero signs of production drop-off last year. And I will mention once again that Ridley was coming off of a 1-year suspension. He didn't play football the entire year before and part of the year before that. And he got better towards the end of the season last year. He's only going to get better. DeAndre Hopkins is going to have another year with Will Levis at quarterback. And they're both in a better offensive scheme with Callie as the coordinator. I can't wait to watch this offense with these two #1 wide receivers. And man, I can't wait. Guys, let me know what you think down below. And as always, tighten up.